invitation only here in Orlando. Top 8 money earners. Randy talked about that on the PBA Tour over 2015, 2016, and the start of this year. Look at the list here, Randy. Belmonte, Tackett, Barrett, Sevensson, Simonsen, Cimenelli, Jones, and Rash. Great bowlers.
And all major championship winners.
Let's talk about the format, more how this event works. First of 5 TV shows leading us to the eventual champion. It's about total pinfall, round-robin match play. Every pin counts, plus a 50-pin bonus for each game won.
That's the biggie, is the 50 bonus pins. It really puts an emphasis on winning a match.
Let's meet Group 1 here in Orlando with our Master of Ceremonies, Dennis McCamery.
Thank you, Dave. Welcome to Orlando, Florida at the new and beautiful Main Event Entertainment. Let's meet our first 4 players in the Main Event PBA Tour Finals. In Group 1, the number 8 seed holds 11 PBA Tour titles. From Montgomery, Illinois, Sean Rash. His first opponent has 8 PBA Tour majors, including 2 this year. The number 1 seed from New South Wales, Australia, Jason Belmonte. In Group 2, he's an 18 PBA Tour titleist. The number 7 seed from Simpsonville, South Carolina, Tommy Jones. His first opponent, the reigning PBA Tour Player of the Year, the number 2 seed from Huntington, Indiana, E.J. Tackett. Those are your first 4 players in the Main Event PBA Tour Finals.
Dennis, thanks. Round robin, lanes 13 and 14, Group 1, Rash, Belmonte, Jones, E.J. Tackett. All superstars, Randy, on the PBA Tour.
Without question.
What a lineup we've got here today in Orlando. The first of 5 shows leading us to a champion at the end of the first ever Main Event PBA Tour Finals. So for the first time ever, 8-bowler format on TV. Round robin match play. We're going to see a lot of bowling. Randy, you're going to track all this at once. It's going to be fun.
4 players going head-to-head. 2 pairs of lanes. Our first matchup with Belmonte and Rash, 2 players that aren't going to dinner anytime soon. And our other matchup, Tommy Jones has kind of found himself again, and E.J. Tackett, the reigning player of the year. Sean Rash is going to kick things off.
Sean Rash gets us started. Great shot, all 10 down.
And a nice opening shot there by Sean. The unique way Tommy Jones puts his hand in the ball, screws his thumb in first, fingers go in last.
TJ's first shot.
Oh.
10-pin stands. Now Belmo.
Looks like Belmonte's going to go with urethane versus reactive resin. You got to go much straighter when you're using urethane.
14 titles. 2 this year for Belmo. 3-time Player of the Year. Avoids the dreaded 7-10.
What's interesting about his 14 titles is that 8 of them are majors. Tommy to the urethane ball, cross lane at the 10.
Got that easily. Woo. While we have a moment, weekdays at 3 Eastern, former All-Pro Tiki Barber and co-host Brandon Tierney bring their sports expertise and red-hot radio takes to television. Catch Tiki and Tierney right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Now, can you tell the difference between Tiki and Ronde?
Not easily. You?
No.
Become the first ever 4-time PBA Player of the Year, 4 in a row. What a career he's had. There's 7. Gets the job done. And has a mark. Here's E.J. Tackett. Nice ball reaction, all 10 down.
E.J. started the year coming off his Player of the Year award by capturing the Japan Cup, and then he wins the Tournament of Champions about 6 weeks later.
An incredible start. 2017 for E.J. Belmonte, all 10 down with authority.
Belmo's last title came with urethane when he beat Michael Tang in Las Vegas for his 4th and unprecedented USBC Masters title.
Seven pin for Tackett. Right back to Sean Rash.
Hit him thin and watch him spin. The late, great Billy Whaley used to say.
That worked out well for Rash. Tackett.
When am I going to hear the Daveism, Rhinoism?
I've got a few, but this is only show 1 of 5. I mean, you have to be patient. You've got to work in.
You're pacing yourself.
You got to pace yourself.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, just check it.
I do appreciate that. 34 years old from outside Chicago, Sean Rash. I told you it might be tricky to try these matches.
It's a good start. I was looking at the wrong monitor, getting ready to talk about Tommy Jones.
Oh, here he is.
Good thing you hit me right before I kept going with Tommy.
Wow.
Beautiful shot.
7th seed in this event, 38 years old, 17-year pro, and 18 titles for TJ. Certainly bound for the Hall of Fame, as is Belmo. His 3rd. All 10 down. Got those pretty looking gold shoes. You like them?
Yeah, it goes well with the golden ticket that he punched to get here to this event. Back-to-back-to-back Player of the Year honors for Belmonte. Now, TJ looking for a double.
Former Player of the Year himself has it. And these bowlers are locked in early. Belmo told us yesterday, a lot of pressure. Try to win 4 in a row. That didn't happen. It actually was relieved when it was over.
Yeah.
You start a new streak.
He said he had his eyes on the wrong prize that all of last year, really.
He does carry.
Nice hit on the 10 there. The 6 going to the sidewall and mauling the 10 pin. But this is your reigning Player of the Year right here.
Wow, smokes all 10 down. What do you like about his game right now?
Everything. I mean, he throws 16 pounds with a rev rate over 500. I like that his swing goes out to in. You see that tuck there, and where his hand gets to the bottom of the swing is just absolutely brilliant. What's interesting is his first opponent is a guy that he beat to win this year's TSC. Now
That could have been a lot worse.
That's a huge break.
Yeah.
2-4-8-10 was standing. Now it's just the 10.
Each game is critical. 50-pin bonus for winning a game. Of course, total pinfall is how you get to the championship here in Orlando. And EJ Tackett is totally locked in right now. Sean Rash coming pretty bad flu, he told us this morning.
Oh, that was
Says he's feeling about 75%.
Apparently.
Tommy Jones. Our first challenging split.
Yeah, he didn't like it as soon as it left his hand. Now he's got the 4-7-10 looking at him.
Sean Rash. Continues his match with Belmonte. 10 down for Sean. And Jones has a very tough spare coming up.
I don't have a program in my I have an ISO. Yes, sir. How about
Kicks it across the deck and takes it out. Tough spare, beautifully done there for Tommy Jones. Took out the 10 pin. Time for a look at the hammer tough spare replay. We'll see that. Tommy Jones got it done. Early challenge met by TJ. Back to Belmonte. Bringing 10-pin. Hammer. Tough spare replay. Here it is now. Randy, how do you do it?
Well, you got to get the ball to the left side of the 4-pin and just kind of eke it over into the 10. He does it perfect. Tommy Jones so good at split conversions, and that's why it was shocking when he lost the Tournament of Champions, leaving a washout, failed to convert.
DJ Tackett, the benefactor, told us yesterday he just could not believe what he was watching.
But nor could I or anybody else in the building, for that matter.
Jones strikes Belmonte. Misses the 10. Open frame. It's our first of the day. DJ Tackett, his 5th. Wow, down lane ball reaction is spectacular as he finds that 1-3 pocket, all 10 down.
I mean, he just gets all over it at the bottom. There's nothing wasted in that motion. And that 16-pounder goes through the pins extremely hard.
Turkey for EJ. Heading to his 6th frame, looks for the 4-bagger. Total pin fall, that is the key to the championship here in Orlando. 5 different TV shows leading us to the best-of-3 championship match. And that last show will have the 3rd place finisher as well, 3rd place match. So we'll determine all that in show 5 on this very unique main event PBA Tour Finals. Belmonte, all 10 down.
That looked like it was a little wide of target. When you're throwing urethane and you get it wide, it normally doesn't get back, but that one came back with authority.
DJ Tackett, red hot.
Oh.
Bad break there for the 9.
All that power sometimes will get you into a little bit of trouble like this. Watch the ball go right by the 9-pin. Not enough deflection to cover that back pin. And a bit unlucky.
And EJ does convert the 9-pin and has his mark, stays clean. Underway, PBA Tour Finals, main event style on CBS Sports Network.
The main event PBA Tour Finals on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Main Event. Head for fun at Main Event Entertainment. Eat, bowl, play. By Barbasol. New Barbasol premium disposable razors with close shave technology. America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. And by the United States Bowling Congress, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more.
How fun is this place, Randy? Main event here in Orlando. You lived in Claremont nearby for many years. Entertainment capital of the Southeast, right?
Yeah, you could actually leave me in this building for about 8 hours, and I'd have a pretty good go.
Players, our TV crew really enjoying it here. Sean Rash. High hit, little break, 10 goes down.
Another big break for Sean on that lane. Remember the last time up, he went real light, tripped out the 2-4-8-10. This time he trips the big 4 out for a strike and a double, taking advantage of the open frame by Belmonte.
Round robin. 2 matches going on, same time here. Match play, total pinfall. Winning your game is big, 50 bonus pins. Tommy Jones. Just the 10, strong shot.
Well, it looks like his ball's pushing just a shade too long down the lane, and then it's coming off the end of the pattern pretty sharp. There's a couple of ring and 10s already for Tommy Jones through 6 frames.
Sean Rash. He's had a great career. Told us today playing straight would be important. He lost a lot of rev rate, power with his wrist injury over the last couple years. Tommy Jones healthy again. Has his 10-pin. 3 in a row for Belmonte. Phenomenal. Seventh frame, looks for a double. 7 pin.
Come on, 7 pin.
A couple of those on the right line for Belmonte, and not having the best of carry this opening match against Sean Rash. Tight one here, though. Jones only down by 12.
Jones, way off the mark.
Shot. Shot.
Might hit, wash out.
Pretty good little shot here, but again, the urethane equipment, a lot of times, you're not going to get that same pin action as you would throwing reactive resin, even with Belmonte's high rev rate.
Tommy Jones, tough spare. Not this time. 10 pin stands, open frame.
And a big opening for EJ Tackett.
Shot up. Dave, sorry.
He's
Can I
been
take
rock
a
solid
rack?
so far. Near perfect. 4 strikes for Tackett so far in his first match. 8 of the world's best bowlers are here. And since 2015, it's about earnings. O'Neill and Barnes just missed the cut. Did not get invited to Orlando. Belmonte leads the way with $352,000 in earnings since 2015. We have the best 8 bowlers in the world right here.
Well, I invited O'Neill and Barnes, but they turned me down. You know, I said, hey, come on, hang out with me. We'll play some golf, have some steaks, but they said no. What do you make of that?
I'm surprised.
Me too.
Were you buying?
No, maybe that was the deal breaker.
You got to make it clear. Tackett, 10 pin.
A lot of corner pins early. Belmonte's staying with urethane, needs to get back in this. Remember, folks, even if you lose the match, it's still total pins. And his carry stinks with that ball.
DJ, 7 titles, 2 majors. Telling his history, it's hard to believe at 24 years old he's going to be in the conversation for the Hall of Fame. But 7 titles, albeit great. He said, I'm thinking about maybe 47, maybe Walter Razor. He's only 24. Belmo still at the top of his game. So what about EJ and that Hall of Fame talk and his status down the road?
I mean, I think he's a cinch for it, but you normally don't talk about Hall of Fame when you're 24.
And he's a pretty modest guy. I was kind of interested that he came up yesterday in our discussion with him.
What I liked what he said was, if you don't think or believe that you're the best out here, you won't be.
Rash, like he told us today, going right at that 1-3 pocket. And 9 pins down.
It's a crazy game, our sport. The shot prior to that on that right lane was actually higher, farther left into the head pin, and it struck. This time he leaves a 9 pin. Tommy Jones now max score 223. There you go. He moved in and went a little bit straighter. Looked like he took a little off of that.
Good adjustment. 9 pin Rash converts, has his mark. So down the stretch, game 1 for each year. We'll see a lot of all 8 bowlers throughout the PBA Tour finals from the main event here in Orlando. First time ever this format with 8 bowlers has been televised. Jones.
They talk about round robin match play. Everybody will bowl each other once in their group. The 4th game being a position round to determine the stepladder finals in each group. Now EJ Tackett, max score 248 with 50 bonus. It's like shooting 298, Dave.
Foundation frame for him, looks for a double. Has to hurry, does hurry. Wow, down lane ball reaction. I mean, that's a sharp turn left.
Yeah,
into the pocket.
The only thing missing is a turn signal.
Belmonte big lead in his match with Rash. And has the strike in the ninth.
Here's that left turn you talked about. And again, lather, rinse, repeat. This guy's lathering Tommy Jones right now in game
He has
one.
been locked in. Belmonte trailing Rash. Excuse me, said that opposite earlier. Tenth frame. Jason Belmonte.
He needs them all, you know. He strikes out, he shoots 226. He'll force Sean Rash to mark. If he strikes out and Sean Rash goes 9 out, they tie. Look at that shredder.
10-pin only. Messenger across the deck did not take out number 10. But EJ has had his look without question. Begin play here at the PBA Tour Finals.
226 max for Belmo. Sean Rash can strike out for 258. Tommy Jones 223 max. EJ Tackett now 237 with a spare. Got to have it. And goes high. Never missed the pocket. He's going to shoot 215 with a spare. Rarely do you see Jason Belmonte with poor carry, but he had it in this opening match.
So Belmo 215. The other match, Jones, Tackett, EJ 237. Jones taps out the 10.
Nice little break there for Tommy, kicking that 10 late. But Sean Rash in complete control. And another great break for Sean on the right lane.
That could have been a lot worse, double wood. 2-8 standing for him. Wrapping up game one for each here.
Oh, yeah. 410 goes late for Tommy Jones, and he's thoroughly amused.
Rash covers. Adds to the pin total.
Tackett and Rash will win and collect 50 bonus points apiece here in our opening matchup, but some great matches to follow, Dave.
We're just getting started. Main event PBA Tour Finals, round robin number 1. Four pin for Sean Rash. So Sean Rash wins his first game, plus 50 pins as well. EJ Tackett knocks off Tommy Jones, plus 50. We're underway. Ebonite Flashback is coming up. Two young stars will talk about their great games. Game one complete. Sean Rash knocks off Jason Belmonte, 237, 215. The 50 bonus pins as well. And then EJ Tackett, Player of the Year, also rolls a 237, beats Tommy Jones, who had a 222, plus 50 pins for Tackett as well. Anthony Simonsen and Jesper Sevensson are two bowlers who are part of the youth movement that's taking place right now, the PBA, and they're the subject of today's Ebonite Flashback. The future of any organization relies on the success of its young stars, and the PBA is no exception. It's a set of young two-handers, Anthony Simonsen and Jesper Sevensson, that have made a big impact on the tour. 8 days shy of his 21st birthday, the 2015 PBA Rookie of the Year, Jesper Sevensson defeated top qualifier Mitch Beasley to win the 2016 Fire Lake Tournament of Champions title. He became the youngest person ever to win the TOC, breaking the record set by Hall of Famer Marshall Holman way back in 1976. Svensson struck on 5 of his first 6 shots in the title match, never looked back, winning the prestigious TOC championship. For Anthony Simonsen, bowling on the PBA Tour has been a lifelong dream, but no one could have predicted he would make such an impact so soon. His victory at age 19, 39 days at the 2016 USBC Masters over Dan McClellan made him the youngest player ever to win a major title on the PBA Tour, surpassing PBA Hall of Famer Mike Alby's record of 19 years, 83 days old. Simonsen struck on 8 of his first 9 shots on his way to his second career PBA Tour title. Well, there's no question with stars like this on tour, the future is certainly bright for the PBA. Randy, Simonsen, Svensson, 2 good ones.
Yeah, the future looks pretty bright for the PBA Tour. A lot of two-handers, a lot of youngsters, and lots and lots of power. Dave, it truly is a power game today.
Here at the main event, Entertainment Center Orlando. Guys, loving the arcade. So many video games, so many choices. Cimenelli, Svensson, shooting some hoops. Pretty fun here.
What does he buy with his redemption tickets?
Back, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to meet our remaining 4 players in the main event PBA Tour Finals. In Group 1, with 6 PBA Tour titles from Gothenburg, Sweden, the number 4 seed, Jesper Sevensson. His first opponent is the youngest player in PBA Tour history to win a major, the number 5 seed from Austin, Texas, Anthony Simonsen. In Group 2, from Colchester, England, holding 5 PBA Tour titles, the number 3 seed, Barrett. His first opponent, coming from Cheektowaga, New York, is the number 6 seed with 7 PBA Tour titles, Ryan Cimenelli. The players in the starting field of the main event PBA Tour Finals.
All right, Dennis, thanks. Great intro there. Svensson, Simonsen. Round robin match play rolls on. Barrett and Ryan Cimenelli from Cheektowaga, New York. That's just outside Buffalo. 4 more of the great PBA Tour stars of today making history at the main event PBA Tour Finals.
Let's take a look at the old pattern here, Dave, and see if we can see some breakdown where the players played in the first game. And you can see the laydown there in the front part of the lane here. Let me clear that and try that again. Front part of the lane right here is where they're going to get the most abuse, because that's where the ball first comes in contact with the lane. But players are kind of playing second arrow. I see Don Barrett's going to move way in and probably be in around 4th arrow. Jesper Svensson's going to take urethane and fire it up the outside part of the lane, something he's great at.
Only 22 years old.
By the way, I couldn't see anything.
Young Swedish star.
Kind of trying to just make it.
Get started with his day. 3-pin up for Jesper.
Interesting how that piece that you did before we went to break is our opening match with Jesper and Simonsen.
Barrett gets started. And we roll on here. Rash, EJ Tackett won their first matches. For Svensson has a mark. Years old, 7 years on tour. Don Barrett, good cover there. Has won a PBA Tour title this year, Brunswick Euro Challenge in Munich, Germany. And now the young star, Anthony Simonsen, the Texan. 2 titles already and a 7-10 to deal with.
Remember our first match on that left pair, Belmonte almost left one. Simonsen does.
Cimenelli, lefty. All 10 down.
Nice opening shot by Ryan.
Simonsen leaves the 7 early open. .31 years old, 10-year pro, 7 titles and a major. For Ryan Cimenelli, U.S. Open in Garland, Texas, 2015. His major title, I told us yesterday, without question, is bowling highlight of his career thus far. But a lot of great bowling still left for Ryan Cimenelli.
He bowled great in the team competition in Portland, Maine a couple of weeks ago. Said he's still working on his game and stuff that Mike Jasnow worked on him with, and now he kind of duplicates that back home with Dan Gwindon. Told you he'd be in deep.
All 10 down, Don Barrett.
This guy here is a freak of nature, and what he can do with a bowling ball is amazing.
Grew up playing soccer and hockey in his native Sweden. A little bit after that, 7, 8 years old, started bowling and has not looked back since. Other sports kind of went by the wayside when he realized what he could do with a bowling ball.
I'll tell you,
left wing in hockey, pretty good player too.
Yeah, and you know, this guy here as well, Don Barrett, is kind of sneaky with what he can do to a bowling ball. Oh man, back-to-back shots go high on the left lane.
Svensson has a mark.
Don Barrett getting up to shoot the 3-4, 7-10. Oh.
Yeah, just chops the 3-pin. 4-7-10 up for Barrett. Only a 7-pin count, open frame. Total pinfall is the name of the game here, but winning the games are important. You take a match, you take 50 bonus pins. Tackett and Rash already have that. Svensson, 7-pin.
A little uneasy to start this opening match against Anthony Simonsen. This guy looks rock solid. Beautiful shot by Ryan Cimenelli. Good looking shot here, but kind of leaves a half 7. Jesper Sevensson known for nothing but urethane. Reactive resin is not his thing. Oh, come on.
And leading 10-pin, but will not go for Ryan Cimenelli.
Unlucky. Now Simonsen working on a strike. Remember, pocket 7-10 last time on this lane. Doesn't like it.
Yeah, looked away, didn't he? But all 10 are down anyway. And a strike for Anthony Simonsen.
Don't ever turn your back on him, Dave. Ever. Can't turn your back on those pins.
Western New York southpaw takes out 10-pin, has his mark. Cimenelli working on his approach. It's a big factor in his game of late. Let's watch Simonsen in action here, Randy.
Real small steps going to the foul line, but the two-handed style looks away immediately, thought it was left of target, and it laid there. A little bit of oil to help him push down the lane just a pinch farther. He's using 2 different bowling balls. Oh, maybe he's going to go back to the other one.
He looked away and then looked back.
Trying to decide whether he's going to go or if Don Barrett's going to go on the pair to the right of him. Looks like it's all Simonsen now. Working on a double. Beautiful.
10 down, great shot.
It just keeps coming off my hand on the left lane for some reason. Like it's fast off my finger.
3 seat is Don Barrett. And all 10 down for him. He has a good look into that 1-3 pocket. Now it's Svensson. Wow. Such velocity, ball speed, rev rate, and lots of pin action. Takes out the 10 eventually. All right, Simonsen versus Svensson. In terms of what you think is going to happen down the road, what do you think? Who wins more?
That's a great question.
There's nothing.
We're going to get back to that, but first our Barbasol close shave of the day with Svensson.
That's just filthy. And that's what he does with that two-handed style in urethane. He just gets up there and slings wood. Look at that. You know, that's a terrible question for you to ask me, because I'm going to have to pick one guy and the other guy's going to hate me.
No. This is a discussion. This is kind of an open bowling discussion because we've got some time in this format tracking so many matches.
Okay,
so
all right. I say
you can think about it.
I say Jesper Sevensson does.
Okay.
You have to ask me, because I think that when he has what he has, that nobody can beat him. You know, when he has his trick. And let me add to that. He has zero competition on that side of the lane when he can do his thing with urethane. Simonsen has competition in Belmonte, Tackett, Jones, Don Barrett. There's so many that he has to beat. And that's why I say Jesper Sevensson.
I like it. Good take. Cimenelli looks very strong. Continues to have a perfect lefty look into the 1-2 pocket. Here's Simonsen. All 10 down for the kid from Texas. We've seen some good numbers here in day one.
It's scary when you think about the combined age of Simonsen and Jesper is 42. You know, when I had my run on tour, we didn't have 20-year-olds and 22-year-olds doing what those two young guns are doing, and it's pretty amazing to watch. Cimenelli eyes the 7-pin, and Jesper sets himself on lane 14, working on a double. Simonsen on a 5-bagger.
Cimenelli trying to stay hot. 7-pin, there it goes. He won 2 titles last year on the PBA Tour. He's going to break down Jesper Sevensson and that unique two-handed lefty technique and approach. Randy will break it down for us. The Lexano talk from Mr. Peterson when we return to Orlando. As promised, here's Randy. Today's Track Tech Talk on Jesper Sevensson.
Well, we've been talking enough about him. Let's show him what he does. Check out this follow-through, how far to the right of his head it goes. But here's what's so interesting. The pivot step right before he gets into the slide. Look at the gap between his 2 feet. Now watch this. This is pretty cool. Both feet are going to get airborne. There we go. The unique two-handed style of the phenom from Sweden, Jesper Sevensson.
And that plant and finish, he's so far from the foul line, it really is unique in so many ways.
Well, there's a story behind that. He was bowling an event and fouled. And he said, you know what, I'm never going to foul again, and moved himself way back.
He won't that far from the foul line, that's for sure. Great look from our crew. That's in like that for good reason.
Well, one more for him, and he could cut the deficit to 1. Don Barrett now looking to get back on track.
And hurry it did. Good ball reaction late. And the 6th frame for Don Barrett. He strikes. Still down in his match to Cimenelli. Kyle Troop and Jesper champs in Portland, Maine. It's going to be quite a finish here.
Here he comes.
In this game, 50 bonus pins go to the game winner, don't forget.
Dom looking to strike for the first time on the left lane. Finally catches one.
Simonsen with Connor Pickford also won a doubles championship. And a hurry sure did. Crunching all 10 down. Cimenelli, 7th frame, works on a spare. Wow.
Yeah,
Power bowling for Ryan Cimenelli. That was impressive.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't short anybody when it comes to power either. I mean, every player in this event, they can bring it. And Ryan certainly no exception to that. Now Simonsen on 6 in a row. Didn't like that one.
He looked away, but again, he looked away and he strikes. This time not quite that quick look back, but he stays hot. 2015 for Cimenelli. Rips through the rack again.
I'm going to try this back home when I get back to league. Every time I let go of it, I'm just going to look away and see what happens. But this has happened twice now.
What was wrong with that one?
Maybe he missed it a little bit at the bottom, or just missed direction going right. But
got a 6-bagger, bottom line, heading into his foundation frame.
max score 279 for Simonsen. Max score 268 for Jesper Sevensson.
So Barrett down 35, works on a strike here and cuts it to 25 pins.
Now it's a big shot coming up for Dom Barrett here in the 9th frame, and he doesn't want to fall too far behind, but he can strike out and still shoot 234. Take a look at this ball going down the lane and watch it track through the blue oil. Look at that. That's a fresh line.
Svensson strikes. And Simonsen in a battle. Same with Barrett and Cimenelli. Group 2, round robin match play underway. Frame, all 10 down.
Yeah, big shot. Not sure if he made a ball change there a couple of frames ago on that left lane, but he's found the left lane finally. Gets to finish on the right. Cimenelli's got a possible 259, and this man here possible 268.
Svensson looks for the 6-bagger himself. 9th frame, you bet. Wow. Red hot bowling here in Orlando continues. Good finish here, Barrett Cimenelli. Strike.
Shreds the rack.
Another one up 25 pins as these numbers continue to climb.
Big scores here in our second game.
How about another one? Not this time, missed the pocket.
Bad.
That looks slow. It looks slow and soft and maybe a little left, and he goes through the nose, leaving the 3, 6, 9, 10.
Works 7 straight for Simonsen.
Ooh, fast 8 for Cimenelli. This just looked a little slow going down the lane. You can see that tracer in the blue oil, and that's the toughest spare on this tour, not being a split or a washout. And that's why.
He can't cover the 9, so an open frame late turns that match around. Let's get back to Barrett Cimenelli. 6-10, Ryan's got it.
Well, Simonsen went from looking at shooting 279 and 50 bonus pins to losing. He can strike out now for 243. Jesper would need a mark and good counts. He needs 8.
Lead late, he gets 9.
And 50 bonus pins goes to Ryan Cimenelli with 236. Max score for Dom Barrett,
Dom.
234.
Dom, we hit reset.
10-pin Simonsen. A big swing late in this game for him. Cimenelli will win this game and take the bonus pins.
Yeah, you saw Dom pull off of that shot early. Another ball left out of his hand, and he's going to fall behind now. No bonus pins and max score of 212. But still 3 more games, anything can happen, folks. Jesper Sevensson just needs good count. 9 on the first ball, and he's a winner. He can strike out for 268, and I promise you that's the number he's looking at.
There's a strike. That's how you get that started.
Big game for Jesper, and 50 bonus pins to go with it.
That wraps up. 236, 212. Ryan Cimenelli wins that game plus the 50 bonus pins. Joining Tackett and Rash as opening game winners. And Svensson trying to put the exclamation point on his game with Simonsen.
Monster.
Does that. And some.
Just a monster.
Amazing. What a young talent. Jesper Sevensson of Sweden. So he'll finish with a win and the bonus pins as well. All 10 down. Jesper Sevensson strikes out for 268 and beats Simonsen 268. 233 in his first game. We've got more round robin match play coming up. Tackett, Cimenelli, Belmonte, Simonsen next. PBA's Extra Frame is your home for exclusive live coverage of the PBA, PBA 50, and PWBA tours. This week on Extra Frame, it's the conclusion of the PBA 50 event from Brentwood, California, and complete live coverage of the PWBA Wichita Open and the PBA Extra Frame Jonesboro Open. Don't miss this triple header of action. Click on Extra Frame link in the menu section of PBA.com to sign up for a yearly, monthly, or a 3-day subscription.
You know, I do a lot of Extra Frame events.
I'm sure you're great at it. After one game, Svensson's got the lead. Randy bowled really well.
Yeah, he finished big, 268, and took advantage of the opening that Simonsen gave him. Sean Rash, 257 with a win. Excuse me, 237 with a win. Here's our group 2. EJ Tackett gets off to that big start. Him and Ryan Cimenelli bowl nice 230s and win. And Tommy Jones and Dom Barrett round out 3 and 4.
Next game, round robin, lanes 13 and 14, group 2. Cimenelli, Tackett head-to-head. Simonsen, Belmonte. Young star Anthony Simonsen from Texas against a 3-time player of the year. And EJ Tackett, as we talked about, on top of his game. Reigning player of the year. Cimenelli, fresh off the win over Barrett. Begins the resumption of action here.
You heard what he just said. Yeah, urethane. That's Jesper Sevensson using urethane on that pair. Urethane pulls oil down the lane and makes it tighter, and it's definitely going to be slicker for Ryan Cimenelli. He'll have to adjust his ball speed.
He'll try again. Cimenelli finishes up other lane, has his mark. Now it's Simonsen. He's a 5 seed in this event. Anthony, Randy telling us yesterday, he's not a big practice guy. Were you at the top of your game a big practice player?
Yeah, I had to. If I didn't practice every day, I couldn't get out of my own way.
EJ Tackett, same goal as Simonsen, avoids the 7-10. And just the 7-pin for EJ. But Belmonte, back at his home center in Australia, practices a lot.
Hello.
It's a leg tap on number 10. Down it goes. And a good strike.
He's going to really curve it on this pair. Remember the first game he tried to use urethane? And E.J. Tackett whiffs the 7. Hard to believe. But Belmonte's really going to slow hook this pair. No more urethane for him this game. Eight career major championships.
How about that?
Tied for third all time.
Wow, all 10 down. Three-time Chris Schenkel PBA Player of the Year in 12, 13, 14, 2015. Succeeded by this guy, E.J. Tackett. Comes off the open frame. Let's see how he responds. Pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah. He told us the big change for him was he got comfortable in his own skin on television. That's when he started winning.
Simonsen. Ooh, comes in high. Really tough spare conversion. 3-6, 7-10. Here's Cimenelli. Avoid the 7-10.
Simonson's going to get his ball over here into this spot and throw the 3 over into the 7, and the ball will take the 6-10 out. Oh, unlucky. Wrap the 3 around the 7 pin.
And Cimenelli whiffs on the 10 pin. So some opens here in this match for each. Simonsen in the second frame. Cimenelli in the second. Tackett in the first. And now we're seeing some different breaks and leaves. Tough split. 2-4-10.
The playing surface has definitely changed
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
since all 8 players bowled at least one game, and now we're starting to see that. Players have switched pairs, and we're starting to see a big difference in ball reaction.
Wow. I'll say blistering numbers early, not so much in this game. Back-to-back openings for Simonsen. 7-pin Cimenelli. And he does take care of that mark. Film opens the first 2 strikes. Looks for the first 3 here. Third frame of his second game of this show. Good luck. All 10 down.
Only player without an open through 3 frames, and that slow hook is something he's really good at.
Looking shot 10 pin. How long did it take you to get comfortable on TV?
It was kind of probably about 3 shows, but it was an environment that I always enjoyed. I think that's what helped me segue to doing television.
I would agree with that.
After my career was over, I just loved doing it.
Great personality.
I love being in front of the camera, and I love the environment.
Belmonte tries to stay perfect. Looks for the front 4. Tap on the 10. Wiggles, but does not fall. And the 10 pin for his mark. There's E.J. Tackett. Soft-spoken, modest guy. And maybe does take a little time to get used to the bright lights, whereas you just loved it from the beginning, right?
I did, but you know, EJ is just a kind of a. First of all, he's very young, and so he had to mature on the lanes, and he had to learn what it was like to win. And he's done that, and that's why he's the reigning player of the year. But you know, it was a maturation process that we all go through. Quite honestly, I think he's so far ahead of the curve, given his 24 years of age. I mean, this kid's already won 7 times. To put that into perspective, I didn't win my first title until I was 25.
At age 24, he's got 7. That's something. Well, you had a pretty great Hall of Fame career. Simonsen, Sevensson, these young guys. PJ Tackett bound for greatness as well. And a single pin spare conversion coming up here for Anthony.
All right, I misspoke. I won my first title when I was 24. I had to go back and do the math. And there's the tightness down lane that Cimenelli's talking about. Right now it looks like he's kind of got that, well, it doesn't matter what I do, my ball's not going to come around the corner on this pair. And that's what happens when these players follow urethane equipment.
And emblematic of the matches here. Open frames continue. Fifth for Simonsen in a huge hole. Does strike. Belmo's been clean to begin this match. Simonsen lost to Svensson in the first game, 268-233. Cimenelli beat Barrett in game one. Looking for a better path to that 1-2 pocket, all 10 down.
We have as many opens now in this match than we did in our last two matches combined.
Big adjustment moving left.
I think that's one of the things that Jason has really worked hard on is getting his speed soft enough, his hand a little bit softer, so he can get his bowling ball to read. And what I mean by read is it's just shaping the bowling ball a certain way based on the oil pattern, based on what the pattern's giving you. And when that pattern changes, you've got to learn how to shape it different.
Earl Anthony, Mark Roth, Walter Ray Williams Jr., only players, in addition to Belmo, to win Chris Schenkel Player of the Year award 3 straight seasons. A remarkable accomplishment. Been hot in this match. 10 pin.
Wow.
Those pins are exploding.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot, but he's creating so much angle. It's not surprising that he left that ring 10. Tackett going much straighter with more ball speed.
Belmo's last title, 2017 USBC Masters in Las Vegas. He's off to a great start, head-to-head here with Anthony Simonsen. More great bowling from Orlando is on the way. Back here in the fantastic Main Event Entertainment Center in Orlando. A lot of fun for the bowlers and the fans. Let's go back to Dennis McCamery with our Columbia 300 Fun Fact. Dennis.
It's time for our Columbia 300 Fun Fact, and I'm here with my contestant, Bailey, from Crystal River, Florida. How are you doing, man?
Good.
Are you nervous?
Is that even a question?
It's a question. Are you nervous?
Yes.
All right. So do me a favor. Hold this autographed bowling pin signed by the best bowlers in the world. Now I want you to hold this hat. All right? If you get the question correct, you're going to walk away with the bowling pin. If you get it incorrect, you're going to walk away with the hat that you can find on PBA.com. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. Which player in this competition owns the most major wins with 8? Is it A, Don Barrett, B, Jason Belmonte, C, Sean Rash, or D, Tommy Jones?
Jason Belmonte. Jason Belmonte.
Jason Belmonte, that's correct. Congratulations. So you're going to walk away with the autograph pen signed by the best bowlers in the world. What do you think about that?
That's good. I like it.
And we're going to give you the hat, too. That was our Columbia 300 Fun Fact.
Well done, young man. He knew the answer. Thanks, Dennis. Pretty happy bowling fan. Cool items. Cimenelli Tackett match continues. EJ with a turkey, 4, 5, 6 frame strikes. Cimenelli works on a strike here, 6 frame. So pulled within 27 pins. Super southpaw, 10 down.
That's as slow as I go.
Back to Simonsen. And back to his strike.
Like he moved a little bit left on that right lane.
Distraction there down lane, perhaps for Cimenelli. He'll try again in a moment. But the first is Simonsen. This is a very unique TV format. First time ever we've shown round robin match play. The entire tournament essentially on TV leading up to the championship. And blocked there. Oh, Simonsen.
He ended up out on the lane.
He did. He actually fouled.
It's not a foul if you don't let go of the ball.
He was over.
But he was definitely over the foul line.
Wow. Okay, Cimenelli. Distraction averted, strike. All 10 down. Simonsen tries now. And strikes.
He's trying to get back in it. That's 3 in a row now for Anthony Simonsen. EJ Tackett can increase his lead to 27.
Four-bagger, 7th frame for EJ. And leaves the 10-pin.
We had talked about that earlier today. I asked EJ what he liked about the oil pattern. He said, well, they were great early, but after a game or two, I had trouble getting the corners out.
Back to the top C, Jason Belmonte. Perfect shot, 1-3 pocket.
I think the big lesson to be learned watching Belmonte do what he's doing now is when you're a two-handed player like that and you have all that power, when you lower your ball speed, you also have to reduce the rev rate.
Excuse me, Kirk. Kirk, excuse me. Can I take a re-rack?
Re-rack, Kirk Kruger. Request.
Thank you.
And granted.
It's come a long way not to get a re-rack. I mean, you're allowed to a game.
So back to Tackett. Works on a spare 8th frame. Across the deck and
gosh.
Mester taps the 10-pin, but he does not fall.
That is crazy.
Gosh darn it.
4 shows for EJ last year. Won the World Championship in Reno, Detroit. 2 events, the Detroit Open and Bear Open. Of course, the TOC, Shawnee. Belmonte, all 10 down.
I think he stayed in that one a little longer than he wanted to.
Uh. 19 years, 83 days old. How about that for Simonsen? Life-changing events.
19 years, 83
Win a
days,
major.
and 14 hours.
14 hours. Yeah. How many seconds?
Listen,
How many minutes?
Listen.
8th frame, Ryan Cimenelli. Oh. Almost at a 7-10, just a 10-pin stands for Ryan. That's the good news. Was attempting the 4-bagger. Simonsen keeping things interesting with Belmo in this Group 1 match. It's for a 5-bagger. 9th frame. 10-pin.
Cimenelli's bowled a pretty nice game with the exception of the 4th frame, but his carry hasn't been very good. And that's because the ball's pushing just a little bit longer down the lane. And that wake was created by the monster Jesper Sevensson in the urethane that he used on that left pair.
Which creates an interesting challenge for Cimenelli. And his ball layout got by Tom Barrett, 236, 212. to open things up. But it's really 286 because you get the 50 bonus pins for winning a match.
Beauty there. Max score 211 now for Cimenelli. 227 for EJ Tackett.
Belmonte. Ooh, watch out.
He liked it. It just pushed a fraction long, and now this could ultimately cost him. Remember last game, Simonsen opens in the 9th frame to give it to Jesper Sevensson. Right now, turnabout is fair play, and it's back in the hands of Simonsen. If Belmonte cannot convert here, as EJ Tackett threw a beautiful shot there in the 9th. This is fast action, Dave. I can't talk this fast.
Yes, you can. Got to really hard to cover. Does not get the 10 pin in open frame so late.
Terrible shot.
Max score now for Belmonte, 223. He can still shut out Simonsen. Simonsen max score 215. Big shot here.
Great match here with Cimenelli.
And that's a winner with good count. Tackett looking to go 2-0. 100 bonus pins for the 2 wins.
Monty lost to Sean Rash. 237, 215 first game. Not want to lose 2 to begin play here in Orlando.
Yeah, this
big shot there in the 10th.
Sorry, Dave. This is going to be big for him. If he can strike here, second ball in the 10th, he'll win and pick up the much-needed 50 bonus pins. Tackett's going to be 2-0.
Striking 3. To knock off Simonsen waiting on the bench. How about the strike?
Hit it.
Yes, it does. Cross lane to take out the 10. Big strike for Belmo.
Watch how huge this break is for Belmonte. This is a ring and 10. Head pin goes to the sidewall, comes off, and takes the 10 out for the win. Watch the head pin. That's just dirty.
That's enough for Belmo. So he's 1-1. Simons will drop to 0-2. Tackett a perfect 2-0 and 100 bonus pins for EJ Tackett, plus 50 for Jason Belmonte as well. PBA Tour Finals from the Main Event Entertainment Center in Orlando roll on next. Game 3 scores. EJ Tackett 227-200 takes down Ryan Cimenelli for his 50 bonus pins. 3-time Player of the Year Jason Belmonte over Simonsen, the youngster, 220-203, plus 50 for Belmo as well. Jones, Barrett, Rash, and Svensson are set to go head-to-head as round robin play continues in Group 2 and Group 1. Tommy Jones, Dom Barrett. TJ gets us started. Good strike. It's on Rash. All 10 down. Major winner, Dom Barrett, as a 10 pin.
Short pin.
By that much. Lefty two-hander.
I've got a new nickname for him.
And it is.
I'm just going to start calling him Yeti. Now, I know he's kind of thin for a Yeti, but he's
a little thin for a Yeti.
But he's tall and he's blonde and he's still a beast, right? Yetis are more from the snowy climate,
Generally.
right? And
Sweden is generally
Sweden's
snowy.
a little on the cooler
Not
side.
this time of year, maybe, but
You don't like Yeti? I like Yeti. We're stay with that for now.
I'm with you. Wow. He has his look, no question about that. The Swedish sensation continues to bowl well. Good shot for Barrett.
Yeah, Dom needs it too. He needs a little comeback here. That first game for him, 2-12 and a loss. Oh.
Nice shot, tough split
That's
coming
not
up
a
here
good
for
shot.
Rash. Didn't like it.
That's 4 through the middle. You don't see that very often.
Tommy Jones looks smooth, looks good. All 10 down.
Here's how you make this. Get that ball over here, throw the 3 into the 4-7, and hope that that bowling ball can get that back pin out, the 9 pin.
Oh, God, that's 4 out.
Whoa, my.
How'd I do?
Right into the channel. Not well,
4,
Sean.
0.
Not well.
What's that noise? Kaylee didn't know what that was.
4-0. Oh, my gosh.
At least he's having a little fun with it, because that is a tough moment for one of the best bowlers in the world.
Hey, you know, you can also look at it as him going 9 out, 9 out. That would make me feel better.
We're seeing some surprise faces around here after watching that effort from Sean Rash, his included.
I've never seen him that red.
What?
The good news is, you can't go down really any further, right? I mean, you're going to
Hey.
go up from there.
He'll be fine.
You got a rebound. Long way to go. His third frame.
Hey,
That's a lot better.
yeah, told you he'd be fine.
Hey, good luck.
4-0. All right, Tom Barrett looking for a double. Tommy Jones perfect. Ew. Yeesh.
Come on.
And then it's the man from Gothenburg, Sweden. If you like bowling, folks, you'll love this.
6 titles already. Look at that ball speed. Wow. Shreds the rack again, all 10 down.
They're going to have to replace the pins
He's hurting those pins.
here at main event after
They're dented and scratched thanks to Jesper.
after we're done. Yeah.
Cracked. He's up by 42 pins thanks to that debacle early for Rash, unfortunately for Sean. Looks for the front 4. It's been locked in. Wow. Continues. Outstanding bowling.
The Iceman cometh.
That I like.
You like that?
Better than Yeti.
Because he's so cool, too. Like,
Better
he
than
never
Yeti.
shows any emotion.
Nothing.
I'll call him the Iceman.
Tom Barrett got a better look.
I'll call you.
Back to Rash.
I'll call you Yeti.
All 10 down. It's a lot better effort on that right lane.
Oops.
He'll be the Iceman of bowling. I mean, George Gervin's the Iceman of basketball. Spurs legend, but Hall of Famer. Tommy Jones feeling good.
Front 4 going real straight on that left pair. Sean Rash still laughing about 4 out.
Weeknights at 6 Eastern. Host Adam Shine turns the enthusiasm up to 11. He gives you his take on everything happening in sports on and off the field. On Time to Shine, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Sean Rash, love the family here. Always good to see them on board. Sarah and Kaylee, who's 3. Enjoying the hotel pool. Sean told us today that was the first thing. Got to go on Parks and Disney and, of course, the pool. When you're 3, pool's big. Rash. 10 pin.
Dave, you live in Florida. Do you have a pool?
We don't at our current house. We did it at our prior house. But we're on the canal and we're across the street from the ocean now, so it's easy.
So you have a pond.
Ooh, pond. Got a canal with manatees in it. It's pretty cool.
Pond will be good for me.
Thank you, Bill Murray.
Nice shot there for Don Barrett.
These guys look now. Rash in a massive hole. And there is the 10-pin 5th frame spare.
Well, in essence, the 4-0 in the second was like 2 open frames. Don Barrett trying to claw his way back into this match. He lost his opening match to Ryan Cimenelli, 212-236. Nice shot. Don brought his lovely wife Cassie all the way out from England to enjoy some of the hot spots here in Orlando as the Iceman steps up on the right pair.
Run that by Jesper, see what he thinks, but I like it. All 10 down. And a perfect start continues on 5 for Svensson.
You're supposed to throw the other one that you practice with.
No,
You got one more shot, but come on, get one more.
One more?
Huh?
I just got some intel from Storm Tour rep Tim Mack. He said if Svensson's hand stays strong underneath the ball, he strikes every shot.
Let's see if that continues. How about front 6 for Jesper?
Yeah, he missed a little left and got it right. But that's all right. Single pin spare will work. Got a big lead, 52 pins.
Jesper some time off, did go back to his native Sweden. Chance to relax, the body, the mind before this big event here in Orlando, and he is clearly locked in. A huge lead head-to-head with Sean Rash. More from Orlando on the way. Jones, Barrett. Well, Don Barrett down by 18 pins. Tommy Jones had a great start with a front 5 and a fantastic look into the 1-3 pocket. Main event PBA Tour Finals, round robin Group 1. Well, Sean Rash really struggled with that tough second frame. Just 4 pins, and Svensson, huge lead, 52 pins in control.
Big shot here for Don Barrett. A couple more strikes here, and he can take the lead. Yeah, soft 10.
But the 10. Lost his first match to Ryan Cimenelli, 236-212. And here is Svensson. Overall leader. Been something so far. That continues. 60 feet to success for Jesper, who has been dominant. Barrett has a spare.
Draw for that bull.
I think he'll be good with the Iceman. I like this.
The Iceman cometh. Imposing his will for 2 straight games.
Struck 6 or 7 times. Frame. 10 more down. Now that discussion earlier in our show about practice time. Don Barrett is a big practicer. Bowl at 3 different bowling centers in the Orlando area. Some time with Jason Couch in Claremont. Good buddy from your former hometown here in the Orlando area. Rash strikes. Tommy Jones very efficient here in his second game. Lost DJ Tackett 237-222 game 1. Open up our show with shots like that. Wow.
Well, he got it left, but he threw it hard enough to hold line, and Tommy Jones is going with the right system on that left pair. Nice and straight and firm and direct.
Foundation frame for Rash in a huge hole. Does strike in the 9th.
Well, pretty good comeback, though, after the second frame. Remember, Sean won his first match with a nice game, and
Jones tries for a 7th strike in this match and has it.
That's beautiful. Back-to-back titles in Portland, Maine, the Elias Cup with him, Norm Duke, Bill O'Neill, B.J. Moore. This year they added Rhino Page to that winning team. And right now it's the Iceman.
Been his show, no question about it. Another strike for Sevensson.
Sevensson has struck 17 out of 21 times.
Oh, wow.
Remember the first match, he went 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, sheet, 268. And he could sheet this for 279. And you asked me that question earlier about him and Simonsen. This is what I was talking about, what he can do. He's the only guy, when he has this, that can do this. And that means urethane bowling balls, straight and direct, and striking every time he hits the pocket.
Just like that. All 10 back again for Sevensson, who stays red hot and is about to win another game here. 50 bonus pins on the way. 268 plus 50 in the first game. Higher number possibly in this one.
Well, Svensson's going to have a commanding lead in Group 1. He's got 260 now. One more for two, puts him in the 270s.
Eight strikes in the match already. 9. And almost 10, but there's the 7 pin standing.
So with a spare day, it'll be back-to-back 268 games. Throw another 100 on top of that.
Barrett Jones going down to the wire in that match. This one not close. Definition of a power player.
Yes, sir.
Another win for Sevensson.
Tom Barrett, max score 249. 2 more strikes in the 10th frame will force Tommy Jones to get the first hit.
Good improvement on that right lane for Sean Rash after the tough start. And Barrett, big shot here after his game.
All right, come on.
249 for Dom Barrett. Rash finishes up.
Good finish for Sean, and he's not going to win, but you know what? He bailed it out late, and right now it's all about Tommy Jones striking here so he doesn't go 0-2.
almost have the 7-10. The spinner does not take out number 7, so single pin conversion.
Tommy Jones is going to be 0-2. Don Barrett's going to steal one right here with a late rally. He'll go to 1-1, pick up 50 bonus pins.
All right, good second frame.
So big win for Barrett and Sevensson. 4th game, groups 1 and 2. Round robin match play. It's been fun for today from Orlando. More on the way.
The main event PBA Tour Finals on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by HotelPlanner.com. The best place to book hotel rooms. Best rooms, best rate, guaranteed. And by the Grand Casino Hotel and Resort, Oklahoma City area's premier casino resort experience.
Our great boys having a great time here at the Main Event Entertainment Center in Orlando. Time now, Randy, for the Grand Casino Road to the Championship.
Well, for Jesper Sevensson, it was all about back-to-back 268s. I mean, he was just a monster in his 2 matches. 132 pin lead over second place Sean Rash. Just amazing.
Group 1 after 2 games. Group 2, E.J. Tackett undefeated.
E.J. Tackett averaged 232 and won both of his matches. Didn't get into trouble, just kind of kept it simple. He's got about a 53 pin lead over Don Barrett. Surprisingly, Don Barrett, who had the lowest game to start this competition, is now in second.
So Tackett, Sevensson off to a great start. Here in Orlando, the main event PBA Tour Finals.